Hello and welcome to another episode of Sushi and the Swordfish. You're here with Sushi, and today I'm going to take some time to look at one of my favorite genres, and that is the beat 'em up genre. And I guess for that matter, actually, this is one of Swordfish's favorite genres as well. We both have a lot of fond memories spending time together and playing games in this genre. And it's such a great genre because it doesn't often require a ton of dedication, at least to initially get started. Some games do, if you really want to get good at them and credit them or what have you. But generally speaking, they're the type of game and genre that you can just pick up and play at any time. And you don't really have to spend a lot of time to get into them. And they really provide a nice quick fix often for yourself if you don't have a lot of time, which is just amazing. And so many great characters, so many fun things and people to beat up. So I just wanted to start, and kind of after digging into my boxes and my shelves, I found a bunch of my games and just take a look at a few of them. And I think we're going to start with the 8-bit or third generation of console gaming and just go through some of these cool games. Let me know if you recognize any of these, or maybe some of your fond memories in our comment section. Alright, so first we have Double Dragon for the Master System. This is the only beat 'em up for the Master System that I have, unfortunately. I don't have a huge Master System collection, but what a cool game. They did a really good job with this port. It is actually 2 players, which is fantastic. The color is a little bit wonky, but it's a really bright, colorful game. Really, really fun. Highly recommended for Master System owners. Definitely one to look for. Not too expensive, which is always nice. I have quite a few on the NES. Now, some of these might be debatably not considered full beat 'em ups. So I'm just kind of laughing as I look here. I got the price sticker on this one. I bought this one not too long ago. We'll start with some of the box stuff. So I have POW, Prisoners of War. This is a SNK game. As you can see, I got it for $30. It's still got like a Scotch tape on here. I got really lucky. I found this at some kind of little convention thing that was going on. It was more comic books, but this one man was selling some games and kind of got lucky to get this one for a good deal at $30 in the box with the manual and everything, which is awesome. Really cool game, really fun. You can also find this game on the SNK collection, which came out for the Switch as well as for the PS4. And that one has the NES and the arcade versions, which is great. And here's my original copy of Double Dragon 2 that I've had for a very long time. It's getting a little banged up on the bottom, a little bit of tear, unfortunately, but as a whole, it's still in pretty good shape. Manual and everything in there, which is awesome. It's a great looking cover, just beautiful. And this is one that I've had a lot of memories on. Swordfish and I played this a lot, played this with another friend of mine. And there's another tear, unfortunately, but still in pretty decent shape for something you own as a young one and then keeping for as many years as I have. But yeah, we love that game. It's got so many memories. Nothing beats some of that soundtrack. Is just amazing. A little bit of weird controls to get used to, but such a fun game. So much fun and so many memories. Another friend of mine, Mudugara553, and I did a podcast. I think we spent a solid hour just talking about the greatness of Double Dragon 2, at least in our eyes, the greatness of Double Dragon 2. Alright, Bad Dudes. So I got this as a gift actually from Swordfish, and to this day I don't know if this really was a gift or a curse, because this is a tough game. And it's fun, but it's also an acquired taste, shall we say. There's some really good tracks in it from a music standpoint, but it's a tough game. It's got bad hit detection. Alright, now we got Double Dragon, the #1 arcade smash. Unfortunately, this version ended up only being a 1-player game, but still it's cool. It's got like some RPG style elements, which we didn't really see in a lot of games back in the day. There's a $10 sticker. This game, geez, I must have bought at least 20 years ago now, something like that. I got it for $10. I don't think it's a horribly expensive game. Maybe it's $20, $30 now, something like that. But kind of funny to see those old stickers. I really enjoy that game, and it's also got really good music. I don't know why. I've got 2 copies. I think I traded a couple of games, and this happened to be one that got thrown in the mix. And I love Double Dragon 2 enough that I wasn't just going to let it, I guess, get thrown away. I was like, sure. I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it. So still have a copy of that. The much maligned Double Dragon 3, a game again that Swordfish and I understand some of the reasons maybe people don't enjoy this game. It is a bit of a tough game, but and having only the one life, but again, really good music and still really fun gameplay. You just have to get used to it. It is a little bit different, but we enjoyed this game. And that's for you there, Swordfish, because I know how much you love your video station stuff. We'll get in focus. Wow, it doesn't want to focus. That's how much I guess the camera hates video station. There we go. These games were branded. I don't know how else to say that, as ridiculous as it is, but you know, those old video stores had to do whatever they had to do, I guess, to make sure that they'd get their games back. You know, there's always have like those, we'll charge you $50 if the manual doesn't come back, stuff like that. Swordfish and I actively look for the rental games sometimes in that particular shop. Renegade. So part of the Kunio-kun series, the first game that came in North America. Pretty cool artwork there. I love that guy that's just hanging over that edge. I don't know what happened to him, but he's obviously having a bad day. $5 for this game. Again, not a horribly expensive game. It's usually a pretty common game, but it's a tough game too. You pretty much utilize the jumping kick for the vast majority of the game to get through it. Still fun, but yeah, it's all right. Speaking of Kunio, we've got River City Ransom, which was the North American introduction to that franchise after Renegade. You know, an amazing NES game. I recently went through this again. Obviously got a little damage here. I got this game for free. I wasn't going to complain about that. Somebody had introduced this to me, and I had no idea about the game, and wow, I fell in love with it the first time I played it. I was so shocked at how cool it was, and really neat to have those RPG elements in this game where you go to shops and buy items that level up certain aspects of your character. Really, really fun, and kind of inspired quite a few future RPGs. Probably the most recent directly influenced beat 'em up game would probably be the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game. Pretty much follows exactly the same format. Here we got Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Not my favorite out of the 3 NES games. I mean, it's still good. It's still really, really fun. Again, it's a well-made game. Ultra, you know, Konami's, I don't know if they're the subsidiary or if they're just sort of their second division, but they're their way to work around to get those extra games sold on the NES without Nintendo coming after them. But, you know, I love the cover, and a lot of kids were pretty excited when this one came out because the first game was so different than what many people expected. But yeah, it's all right. I don't think it's that amazing. Turtles 3 is actually probably my favorite in the franchise on the NES. Really, really great game. They kind of found a way to take what they did in the second game and make it even better, really. It's got some fantastic blur there. Fantastic special moves that do drain your life, but they really help you get through some pretty tight spots. And really, really great bosses in this. I suppose the second game did too, but I like having Leatherhead in this game, just the way he comes into the screen under the water and jumps out and you have to fight him. But really, really fun. I really enjoy this game. I think it's kind of a little bit forgotten on at times, partly because Turtles in Time came out so well on the SNES that this one doesn't really get quite as much affection, seems like. Alright, and finally a game that's kind of a cross-combo game, and again, I don't think a lot of people enjoy this other than Swordfish and myself seem to really like this game, probably a lot more than the average person, but The Adventures of Bayou Billy, it doesn't only have beat-em-up elements, it actually has driving and light phaser gun, or no, phaser was the Master System, sorry, the Zapper levels in this, but it does have a lot of beat-em-up levels. Kind of most of the focus is on the beat 'em up aspect, but yeah, a lot of people seem to really either hate or dislike this game, and maybe because of the difficulty or what have you, but I thought it was kind of cool that they mixed up so many different gameplay elements. I thought it was a really brave move on their part in a lot of ways. And of course, they were definitely jumping on the bandwagon there for Crocodile Dundee. But that's just a look at some of my 8-bit beat 'em up games. Some really, really great ones. If I had to pick only one out of that bunch, it's a tough call, but I'd probably go with Double Dragon 2. Once you understand the controls of that game, it can really offer a lot, and it has one of the greatest beat 'em up moves ever in the knees. I don't know what else to call it, but just the knee and the exploding sound that happens when you hit somebody across the screen and how far they fly across the screen. It's such a satisfying move when you pull it off. But thanks for joining me today. We'll jump into some 16-bit or 4th generation games in the next video. Thanks, take care. We'll see you down that road.